Welcome to the Popish Plot. I'm Nate.
I'm Jessica.
And I'm Mike.
Today we are here to join in on the collaboration with Front Porch Catholic for their 5 questions for Catholic YouTubers.
Yes, they tagged us in their video, which I'm sure there's going to be a playlist because she mentioned it. And so we are going to answer their 5 questions. And then get some other people to possibly join in as well.
Yes. So, question number 1 is, what's your 60-second conversion story? We haven't really talked about this. Do we want to do 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 seconds, or do we?
I feel like each person should get their own time.
All right. So
I'm going to be shocked if Jess could stretch hers out to 60 seconds.
Oh, she can do it. Why don't you go first, Mike? What is your 60-second conversion story?
And go. I was born and raised a cradle Catholic. I was raised in an extremely lukewarm home. We did not take the faith very seriously. And eventually, I began to pursue the things of the world. I thought, if I only have enough of everything the world says that will make me happy, I'll be happy. So, money, sensual pleasures, achievement, the esteem of others. If only I can do these things, then the deep emptiness that I feel in my heart will go away. But the more I pursued these things, the emptier and the emptier I felt. But in his goodness, the Lord never stopped pursuing me, even as I ran away from him. Eventually, I was able to recognize his call, and since then, I've thrown myself deep into the life of a Christian, and I've never been happier. Time.
Okay.
Your turn.
But I already did mine, and it took like 30 seconds, and I can't redo it because the child that is really big on grammar is still up, and she will slap my hand for using bad grammar.
Tell you what, just give it a shot. For the viewers, for the people.
No, I'm just gonna up here. Here's my Gooder Catholic story. You're good.
You said it now, so there's the threat of violence.
Yeah, she seems not to be paying attention. Your turn.
Told you she couldn't do it.
I should have known better. All right, so let's see. My 60 seconds. I was born non-Catholic. Yes, shock. Oh,
shock, horror. Shock,
I was raised in a good Protestant Christian home, and taught to believe in all the things I was supposed to believe. Problem was all the things they said I was supposed to believe.
I'm just saying, I've never before met a Calvinist that
Let
didn't
him
know
go.
about Calvinism.
Anyways, all the things they thought I was supposed to believe, but the one thing I never quite got was that relationship. So I drifted through life knowing about God and thinking, well, as long as God doesn't bother me, I won't bother him. That didn't last for very long. I found that relationship, and oh goodness, I'm running out of time. My story is really long-winded.
I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
She was a good Catholic and became a gooder Catholic. He was an okay Catholic and became a better Catholic. I was a non-Catholic, became an okay Catholic, and I'm working on becoming a gooder Catholic.
Awesome.
And we're now well past 60 seconds for me. So
It's okay. You're borrowing from Jess's time.
Yeah.
The one flesh union, so really you had 2.
It was like 10 seconds.
perhaps later on this, if you really want to know my story, then perhaps later on this year, as Mike did last year for his Witness Wednesdays, perhaps this year I will do my Witness Wednesdays. And if they were really interested, they can come back and get more of the story.
Oh, they're interested. Next question.
Right. Why did you start YouTube is the next question.
Well, we started YouTube because you said we had to.
That's true.
She didn't force us to do anything we didn't want to do, really. Mike and I have been friends for some time now. And we'd have dinner. We'd have get-together dinners, watch movies, and spend most of the movie talking about, well, the movie. And how they missed religion, or how they got something wrong, or we would just find something to talk about in lieu of the movie.
Well, let's be honest. Most of our entertainment is not actually that entertaining.
That's fair.
It's the sickness of our culture. So we were having such a good time being Catholic and talking about various things that we said, we should get into this YouTube thing.
We can share it with other people.
And then we proceeded to talk more about that and talk more about that. And think, well, maybe it could be like this, maybe it could be like that, and talk and talk and talk. And we'd probably still be in that talking and planning phase all these years later, except that this one told us, all right, we're doing it on this date. This is the thing.
In Catholic terms, we were taking a really slow road of discernment, and she simply discerned faster than we did.
As our mother does, she went in haste and made us go in haste as well. 3 years later, here we are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, why did we start a YouTube channel? Because we know what it is to know the love of Jesus, and we want as many people as possible to know that as well.
We know what it is to enjoy being members of Jesus' Catholic Church, and we want other people to get that kind of enjoyment out of their experience in being part of that church.
We know what it is to be asked, please tweet to my brother how to do this devotion and its complete history in a tweet, and want to be able to say, oh, I did a video on that. Just send him the link.
Yeah. Also, we just like saying, "De Popa."
De Popa.
Well, you did that when we were watching, videos too.
Indeed.
Yeah.
At least occasionally.
I just like saying, "De Popa."
Okay, so question number 3. What is your favorite sacramental? Michael?
Holy water. Oh. I like being reminded of my death in both senses. That my sinful self has already been put to death and has risen to new life with Jesus. And that one day, like him, I'll be able to put this world behind me and be fully in the presence of God.
Jess?
I am also going with holy water because we didn't discuss this beforehand, but mine for the different reason that we work the media team, and I still have not convinced anyone to have a exorcism of the machinery on every quarter for Father. So quite often we have a thing in which nothing else is working, and we're so, we've done everything. We turned it off and on again. Mm-hmm. And so someone's like, all right, we're literally going to pray over this thing, and then
we rub some holy water on it.
And then it works.
And then it works.
When even a reboot won't work, holy water.
You wouldn't think that, electronics would attach to demons because they're negative, and demons are also negative, so they should repel each other. And yet...
It's all timey-wimey and complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nate?
My favorite sacramental is the rosary.
Ooh.
Even before I was even committed to becoming a Catholic, I found peace in praying the rosary.
Or in detangling the amount of rosaries you have in a bin.
I've never had a detangle. Isn't that the name for like a plural of rosaries?
A tangle.
A tangle of rosaries.
Yes, it is now. That's a collective noun for rosaries.
But yes, even before I was even willing to profess myself as a Catholic, let alone being an actual Catholic, I found a certain amount of peace and enjoyment in praying the rosary. So that one has always had a special place in my heart.
So the other day I was just in a ecumenical discussion in the jail, and we were having a good old time, all of us getting along well, making fun of the various prejudices Christians have against each other. Mm-hmm. And at one point I said, oh yeah, be careful, we'll wave our magic beads at you.
Yep.
And everybody loves a rosary joke. Mm-hmm. Next question.
Question number 4, Jess. What is it?
Someone who can say foreign words should say it, because
Oh, yes. You will get that one wrong.
Exactly.
So,
in German, the word is fear.
Question 4 is, where would you go on a pilgrimage? Jerusalem, Rome, or Santiago de Compostela? Compostela. Or as some people call it, the Camino.
So, we're presuming for this exercise that you can only go to one of the 3.
Yes.
Because before I shuffle off this mortal coil, I'd like to visit them all.
That's fair. But yes, and I think we can take this one on as a group, because we kind of sort of discussed it, I think, and I think we all would agree on number 1 at least.
Okay.
Rome.
Think of what it must be to be able to stand over St. Peter's bones.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
To visit the place where St. Paul lost his head. Mm-hmm. to see all the great landmarks of the empire that tried its best to stamp out Christianity now just ruins while we're still going strong.
Yeah.
Yes.
The city of St. Philip Neri.
Yeah. And I agree with you. I would really like to be able to say I went to them all before the time runs out, plus a few others. There's a couple on that list that I really think need to be... There's a couple that aren't on that list that I really think need to be added.
Well, it's hard enough to choose from these three, so we're visited with more options.
Yeah, that's fair. But Rome has just got so much all in one really tightly packed area.
Now, it is my sincere hope that I never, ever, 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 ever have to drive a motor car in the city of Rome.
No.
I will take public transportation. Yeah. I will be on buses, whatever it takes. I don't want to drive. The Romans are crazy.
I don't know. Do the bus drivers also go and insist that the signs are, just hints?
Almost certainly, but you have a much larger vehicle.
True.
Yeah.
Yes. Although, of course, the other two do have good points to them as well.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not saying Rome just because, it's Rome. But, well, there's gelato, and you can't turn around without hitting an important, site.
And we have a better chance of meeting the Pope.
Maybe even getting slapped by the Pope.
Maybe.
True. Plus, I took enough French. I might be able to not accidentally kill myself in Rome. My Arabic is horrible.
My Hebrew is non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Spain,
the one in Spain,
it'll be a little
it's
tough.
It's a hiking trip.
There's a lot of up and down and mountains and hills and, again, just hiking.
Yeah, I'm not good at hiking.
Well, okay, Nate and I want to do the Camino. Jess less so, but
we'll meet her in Santiago.
I just want to see the enormous thurible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I want to grow closer to the Lord through walking the Camino, and simply as a bonus, I want to see the enormous thurible at the end.
Yeah.
So, Roma.
Okay.
Next question.
What are your spiritual goals for 2020?
Pass. I'm not going first anyway.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
I think my spiritual goals, for the most part, are the same as they were in 2019. To grow in holiness, to grow closer to the Lord, and
wait, those are the same thing.
Yeah.
All right.
For the most part,
I'll let it go. Different facets of the same.
Different facets of the same thing. And to just get closer to being the person, the Nate that God made Nate to be.
It's a great goal.
Yeah. It's a tough one. I mean, have you met Nate?
I have. I'm very fond of him, but again, see, you can see our previous Vendetta episode.
Yeah.
I am dedicated to.
They won't let me have a knife anymore.
That's because we want to live.
Yeah. Yeah. Want to live.
And we want you not to become a murderess.
Again, it's not the knife for it.
It terrifies me that you thought about that.
If anything, that was the knife for it, and the fact that you don't see that, it concerns me a little.
But it's just that, as fond of you as I am, I know you could be so much more. And the Nate you are now is great, but the Nate that God has created you to be is amazing.
Mm-hmm. I got a long way to go.
And a short time to get there?
Probably.
Well, theoretically, on a scale of the universe type thing.
Eastbound and down. All right, so, Jess.
All right.
No, that would work.
Yeah. All right. So last year, because we were doing the rash vows right beforehand, I made a huge list for New Year's goals.
Nice.
And I did almost all of them, except for one that technically involved a bit more of you guys setting things up, and one that was vague, and therefore, who's to say if it was right? More is not a quantitative amount in this situation.
That's true.
So this year, I decided I'm not doing hardly anything because I can do all that. If I make myself a list, I will probably do it.
She will do the list just despite despite the fact that she made the list and now it has to be done.
So
I guess as long as there are good things on the list, that's fine.
Yes. So one of the ones that was about fasting more. And I think I failed it simply because when I got to Lent and I was going to do I'm not eating anything all Fridays. I'm just having coffee and maybe a Diet Coke and some water. Mm-hmm. And you guys were doing the fish fry, so that made it extra hard. So I'm like, I'm going to double down. And then when I'm praying, it's like, no, don't do that. So my goal this year is to be more listening to what God wants me to do.
That is an
because
excellent
maybe he'll
goal.
be like, don't fast so hard. Here, have a cheese stick.
God does want us to enjoy the good things of the world.
And we're going to be doing the fish fry again this year. So if you happen to be in the Flint and Genesee area and you want to meet the stars of the Popish plot,
come to Holy Redeemer every Friday from 4 to 7.
That's right.
Oh, though the fun thing is, I was so busy running the fish fry that I barely ate anything on those Lenten Fridays.
Oh, so I can't eat anything at the fish fry.
I know. We were into the menu deliberately that way.
I
can have butter packets.
I always ate at the end when I was finishing up all my work.
In 2020, my spiritual goals, they're more areas of concentration. This year, I specifically want to work on my anger. I want to get rid of the wrath and have any anger in my life be righteous, whereas I'm well known for my temper. And
what? No.
What, you?
And
so, what sports teams have you been to so far this year had an unwavering hatred of?
Well, again, I'm not going to let go of those hatreds. I just don't want it to erupt. I want it to be an intellectual hatred and not rise up into just out of control emotions. Yeah, we'll have a video about that later. About can we still be good Christians while we watch sports? For me, the answer is largely no. And also, as a project that's been underway for several years, I'm continuing to work on the struggle with lust and to live in right relationship with my own body and the bodies of others. Because, the Lord tells us that if you commit adultery in your heart, well, you've already done it.
Like Jimmy Carter.
Precisely. And I don't want to be attacked by a rabbit either.
That's fair.
Rabbits are vicious and mean.
Mm-hmm. Great big pointy teeth.
Their bites hurt. I got bit by a rabbit. It was my pet.
I read Bunnicula when I was a kid, so yeah, I'm terrified of rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw the one in Monty Python's Holy Grail, and that one. Yeah, no.
Great big pointy teeth.
Yep.
All right. So those were our 5 questions.
Boom.
Those were our 5 questions.
Mike ruined it all by getting deep and philosophical, as he always does.
Mission accomplished.
That's his part of the show.
To ruin everything.
Mm-hmm.
So now is where we would go and we would tag people in the video.
Yes.
Who need to go, and it's sort of like an ice bucket challenge, but with no downside for those people who are like, yeah, no.
So it's actually nothing like the ice bucket challenge.
Well, it's not like we can go to their house and throw ice water on them because, very few of them, we have a rough idea where they live even.
We have automobiles. We can figure this out.
It's a lot of work.
This is true. We are very lazy.
Anyways, so we are going to if you would read off the list of people that we are going to be tagging in this video.
All right. Well, first we will be tagging Striving for the Simple Life, as they're one of the people who expressed an interest in doing this from the get-go when Front Porch Catholic recommended it. And I am suggesting them because they do a lot of stuff that a lot of women YouTubers like. There's a lot of stuff about their family, their house, stuff like that. So that's the first one. The second one is also on the list of people who wanted to be tagged, and I do not think they have been tagged yet, of Kate and Mike, Catholic Crusade. And then the next one I'm going to suggest is Buffering Saint, because I'd be really interested to hear what she has to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm also suggesting Panda Fam, because they like our stuff. They've commented on a lot of our stuff, and I'd like to see them say some stuff on this too.
And we're very glad that she's making videos again.
Yes, I love the art. That was beautiful. And last, I'm going to tag OK Catholics, so we can be like, OK Catholics, you haven't posted anything in 5 months.
What the what, guys?
Come on. I know you're doing stuff on Facebook. I see that.
Yeah.
Post a video. You can react to something. I love the react videos.
Oh, the react videos are great.
Dust off your camera, do 5 questions, and then do something else.
I also like Billy's ones where he's gonna go and like it's very clickbaity because he makes it seem like he's gonna skirt the line of being a good Catholic and then comes back around to
Billy only ever skirts the line of being an okay Catholic.
That's right. You're right.
He's always on brand. So that has been 5 questions for Catholic YouTubers. We are very grateful to participate in this collaboration. We love collaborating because we're collaborators.
Yep.
I thought we were co-conspirators.
That also.
Okay.
Yeah. Quite often, your co-conspirators and your collaborators are the same thing.
No, true.
And then you bring in a few Confederates and it's all good.
Yeah.
All right. And until next
And
time,
until next time, remember to live your faith.
love your faith.
Share that love.
Did you have something else you want to say?
No, transitions are hard.
Okay.
So some of it just come out of nowhere.
Sorry.
No, not at all.
It seemed long. 'cause
Absolutely.
We
It
talked
just
on.
keeps going.
I mean...